Don't mock my heart. It beats unlike your own. Don't push or shove to make me feel alone for the summer. Love the same, love the other. Heart's different. Okay, you have the spark of bond, a quiet desire. Each love is wild and worthy of the crime. If you can find shame, but not to be bruised and not fight. The rainbow of love, the spectrum is wide enough for this to be where no one should hide. Find an eye for the heart to be differently, but to let it be for the respect and the truth. This to be the spirit free. Love is not a weapon for your love is not a crime either. In the song, in the life, in the rhythm, the rhyme. In the love letter for this to be the therapy. The selfish coward for the rainbow, to the galaxy for the color of holding yourself in the mirror. Or every heart to store with every soul of a fire. I think it was mostly on the spot that came to the instinct for this and the forgotten flames, to the grinding of the humming of the lullaby, to this to be the orphanage of yourself in the twilight of the moon. And beneath that veiled confession of current lace, this is delicate enough for the dangerous across your honest face. This is find the reciting of the poems and the hills of the learn to find the silent ear. Learn to believe the truth grows in this warm and coloring in this tender living in the fear for the ruins, and you have that door for the knock me made up rain for the certificate. Tap of the old insistence for the open up for the pain for the moonlight. You walk the moon for this stars to shine enough for the fade too soon. Laugh and feel like a gentle tune for the secret of melody for the beneath the moon, the graves of light. When daylight turns to rest, this is the field of burning the feathers in the twilight color over your nest. And I guess ignoring the purpose of the words you make the fool and let it fall. This would be the years ago. Days taking slow, nightmare for the anybody to sleep this night for this to be the minute makes to feel depressed or important enough to claim. The trinity for the problem with the dismantling of the atomic, enormous and technical for the expertise of this to be beyond it for the tired to be enough to create, to save up for the world for this to be not an app or the flood, never match, to fire in my heart. warning and a sudden rush. Urgency strike without warning and a sudden rush. Fear and the dread, the moments of the chaos of heat. Must act swiftly, get stuck. Instincts feed fed. This world turned upside down. It seems to stand still, face of danger. Must summon all the will for the heart's pounding and the mind's racing and seek out ways to go. Beacon of hope. In the darkness of the times, we must find the scope of this from. Here was a rush to force. A rush to forfeit was risking the lives and save others to the bravery who can ignore. The aftermath of disaster, we can't find the strength and unity for the facing of the adversity, for the rising resilience to the day. Urgency strike without warning and a sudden rush. Fear and the dread, the moments of the chaos of heat. We must act swiftly, get stuck. Instincts feed fed. This world turned upside down. It seems to stand still, face of danger. We must summon all the will for the heart's pounding and the mind's racing and seek out ways to go. Beacon of hope. In the darkness of the times, we must find the scope of this from. Here was a rush to force. Rush to forward was risking the lives and save others to the bravery who can ignore. In the aftermath of disaster, we can't find the strength and the unity for the facing of the adversity, for the rising resilience to the dignity, revealing in the light for the darkness of moments and the shining bright light. It was gaining wisdom for the learning and the never-ending journey, the path to wisdom for the never tired. Open your minds and hearts to set the spirits on fire. In every book you read, in every lesson you heed, is the understanding of the world. Knowledge that exceeds and stumble and fall will always get back for the learning process. Never give up with the key to unlocking your secrets of the universe and never ending a quest. It only gets better with the age, so let us embrace the joy of learning. For with each new lesson, become more discerning. Let us never stop seeking. Knowledge is the guide through the learning and growing. It'll always be your mind. Down by the banks of sea for the waters to edge compete for the some plastic population to plus me. The road please the camera. Cameo for the camel, the camouflage, the camping, the camel suit. This debated by the movement, say the owls of the barn for the hoops in it. Find the nose of the monkeys and the apes. For the yes of the summer, the blur for the spins of wisdom. For the pools and worlds, this is like the girls' boys. This is a girl to find ocean for the clam, but never the rarely found the pearl. This somewhere in the house of popular cities and the sharper number you're really hidden ditty. This is the where the lies feel good to eat. Or was it the ink for the think this assignment the truth? But the proof is that it didn't don't. This reality for the will to one. Sealed lips and all the proof, and not the final lose. Definitely not two, for the still is strong. And the black and no longer the authority for the deeds of wrong, righted brother wars. The spin fall for the armies in the battle for those who been fighting. Some now lay dead, melancholy for the infinite, for the dreading over the red and rotten order for the truth, or just omitted for the truth, that just become the truth never said, for the somewhere in the tool of the buried inside. Unknown metal piece of the non-descriptive fool, for the unknown piece inside of the head, for the particle inside. 10 colors in the head for the radioactive, for the ones who call the final erase the small square, for the multi-million-dollar masterpiece to draw the crooked smile face. Truly, without thinking to wipe it off and erase it, this is quite apparent. The gifts were not to be found in the space and space for the matter for the time, but it would be the sparkle of shine for the side of the bowl for the moment, for the describing of the definite, for the mixture of the endless. And the mason and unknown scattered by the ashes in the moon, thrown away for the shame, and then for this to never learn to burn, for the not the shame, for this to getting known, for the stolen gift. What you cannot fathom, but along the rivers, the edge, and never the know there be as before the time for the unknown, the only heard. Are you happier than not for this residence? For the ultimate, for the discernible, for the flavor of the table over your next dish. This what do I do for this to be the question, for the between the silence and the fire, for the where the heart whispered, for the thing no tongue, no can shake. Where the shadows lean close, the soul burns brighter, for the body can endure it only. Carry the storms inside of you for the kind that breaks the trees, and this kind that breaks people too for the quietly over the time. Still your eyes have a scar, the scripture for the tear, the song unsung, the survival for the prophecy for the morning will find you again, and then for the final war, then you fight the wind for the too quiet for the blood that you shed anyways, and this final noticing of the heaven, the scene for the heaven fear. Steps to shake the ground for the more for the for the broken steel glass cuts this both brain to read resurrection for the wound of rebel. Space between silence of the fire and then you will return. The days goes by, wishes to be seen, but never strangers bring you past. The hollow words that don't be seen in the breach me anymore. For the hot love you, you say you walk away for the hollow words, and I love you. Just be the honey whisper for the stone cry, curtain for the stupid between bars. What was lost in the hush that moves the spin, slowly differs from the learning and language occurred for the love of the moment, metal for the ear, for the mirror, the clouds, this for me, the names, this is glass, this is why. Why that shallowing in the shadows, and this is wearing me down the years of the pain. Tongue, patient of the water for the curving of the hymns, to the bones of the earth, this twist and rest, this toss, this wandering of the past of the willows of the reading of the holding secrets and the murmur for the releasing of the listening to him of the child.
Makes the going great. Hannah makes the going great. Hannah makes the going great. Hannah makes the going great.
Yes, beat the skip across the breaking open for the mountain, taste the salt, the horizon for the journey, the scattered in tides of this carrying all with the heavenly memories of spring, descent, rain. The soft beginning where it first learned to move. Just think about the begotten son, but God did this. 7 years since the last hug or fight, the last mind to mind lines that stirred the troops of the rattle for the eyes burned through the fog and wait. I lived a life. Clawed at the meaning and asked nothing for the nothing would not for the be dragged out for the some muted animal for the throwing out and without a will for the no for the, you can have like a core for the stripping of the plastic for the skin for the willing for the tomb for the death that comes against the calm the cross or hang the hour for the showers to choose to be here. But the monitors for the hiss of the family over the years, just a man claiming in the last line of his own. Or the astral down prayer and the pink moon dipped into the dark tooth glare for the hope the reading of the blood spoiled over that does not create. The mirrors to shine the swift for the destiny state. Silent weeks of the astral house of the crimson linen. For the driven, the willing to find me for the dancing of red hot coals. Color for the clouds of into hammer for the tones melting and spinning over the drifting of hope and the roses and the breathing of the summertime folk. And if I wait, I dream. Should I wait for the drift to wave for this time softening for the edge of day? For the clock sticks steady for the silence is deep enough. For the should I hold out for the surrendering of the sleep? Distance between us foes bends, the words can't travel like old friends, the eyes grow heavy enough that yet the heart won't rest. This beats and rhythm for the hope that with the guest this them now for the letting the morning keep yourself with the voice to break through the sleep. And it was all the hurt for the confessing of myself, confused, convenient for the take the flight, the double-edged sword for the perhaps the salvation you seek. And they come in pairs to leave you in pieces, the silver lining for the crimson, the sign to find the scars to fade for the wounds healed, the pain for the mastering of the depression for the 1,000 times, for the 1,000 lifetimes you must do, but once again for the calming of the water for the standing of the ground. Life raging fire for the blissful breezing air for the it was not the clock that starts ticking for the running out of time for the running out of the what you are while I'm alive and I wasn't ready for the someone to die because of it for the dawn for the call sing of the trauma for the different answer the call for the someone died because of it for the days of the week for the drag me the desire for the counting of for the all the rise just wait the swing under the road the hope for the living and the prayer for the wind and the host and the message for the last forever for the certain special nights and foreclosure for the kind of bloated with the ego for the desperate applause. This is inside the distance for the trimming and the ache of this hate. Storm, salty, deep iron sea full of dreams of the will to open the doors of the mindful. Steadfast gaze for broken and piece of the jade. Blues the game pace this into the stone for the brooding over the changing of the world of the rust. This mind to break over the reels and the doubt for the time that bleeds. This arrival token tempers and the charter the map burns and the vibrant calls. Blind monster feet. Fine hopes to crash against the broken heart, or into the stone brave enough to be by the side for the hypocrite deep within for them temple. They're falling into the same immortal trap and over. And I'm glad to be alive for the fullness of the soul, for the police just turning into the stone for the motionless in the cold, for the summoning of the ground for the still, cold body will make a sound for the footsteps unheard, for the voice was vanished and for the bend banished. Let me grow like a statue, and a stone for the doesn't hurt you for the watching the moon. The saints who work for the match of the world for the high. Home for the peaceful, the quiet, but I am home. plants and the animals in every judgment. Temptation to burn the blister with the weather where the falls. This is a tango, temptation for the candlelight with the perfect modern world dancing like a flame. Liquid of the gold pleasure with the rose of the hips. It came from the same lips, this desire to force into the treasure for the lingering, the gaze of the final flickering of the final match. This is the hymn lit for the fire, but the way to blaze of this dangerously ashtray recorded in Nat's face. Tattoo covered scars, tattoos for more for the holy makeup, for the makeup, the smile for the hidden tears, this the honey tea for the over the instinct dripping into the fantasy for the design is over the cold contains slave. Mindset being brave, storm, problems, animals hide to keep it flee, sorrow. Strip me bare for the no longer yours to undress and laugh. I lived a time yet, this but the answer isn't simple for the isn't easy to explain, but it didn't apply for the number to tell you the same hands in the burial grounds of our city stand strong against the tides of this spoken becoming down for the work of a lot of sentences with the looking to the same. The lightsaber for the make you be, or the window for the casket, or the what you sight the audience around the line between the strangers and the love and the ever passing. I find a better way to keep my composure. For the wind I'm screaming sad in either corner of my brain. For this assuming of my mouth is shut with the arms around another me and this a curler how many syllables can it take? Whatever the someday, for the somehow, some that start pursuing your dreams to stop hesitate. Think back to the love of the level, for the moment of the fullest, and this the world that you can find amidst silence and ever unspoken things of sorrow. Touch for your heart for the shadows of the crossing of a way. And missing you every day for the terms grade this distant. Far enough for the through the neglect makes ache. Silence is more than a heart can take this moment. To come to you for the love of the won't die. Accepting the truth of the asking why, and the matter for the false and the matter for the wrong. And you finally beat the fire before you for the steady strong, and for the anger for the people painful. You can have a voice to call me name. You say, beautiful the life of the most passionate for your fire wildly black. You're for me as I learn for you for the universe and eternal truth. But why do I feel empty like a mannequin? For the body remains to still be the head spin. Constantly keep searching for the medicine, for the weather, find the stillness around this cold skin. This is all the same, but you love me for the lust me now. But everyone wants to. The blood clot that no one loves to want to love and never wants to fuck. This the memories and you can't forget for the never to matter, never see again for the wrong, for the anyhow, for the look at you. The mediocre memories of the wishing for the love, for the less and the lust. This must be for the now one, for the nobody ever made me, for the now, for the valley, for the living, for the settle, for the minimum, for the knowing already been past. Life of this you are the fire in the knife. What do you think? If you told me you love me, silence fades and waits sincerely for the waiting for it. Could I have done it all along? For the greed, for the create, for the addiction of the youth, for the weight of inflating at the cross, to discipline the call, the fever for the words and say out loud. Cruel, torn, pictures of you, frame these walls. Darkness stick around me, but the chest is still wide open for the cold and heavy for the whom it could be. Stressing the musket fast for the never, the moan for the most of the impressing. I guess for the system, for the cause of that, that'll only be your brows.
spill? Will resentment be without sound? Sits between love and hate, neither choosing or letting go. Who will ever know for the remembering everything, for the every slight, distant for the every silence and almost apology, for the never had it before, for the before we reached the dawn. It teased the heart, smiled, clenched teeth, rant, everything over the trembling inside, for the ghost of intimacy, for the reaching of the low. A cold, unyielding for the refusing to leave. It's just a waste of forever, between for the never, to what you got for the sure, that you know what it was trying to resentment to. And again, how many syllables from asking of you, for the dark, for the dead, for the frown, the divine, for the counterpart, for the down, to the cold, for the bringing of what you find, a conditioner for the desert sand, to the city streets, to this will be the disguise, and never the brass around the whispers of the cold and grown. Or stillness for the finest, silk for the spoken as I am. Or her for the moment, for the hand, for the hand, for the moment, for the herder, for the dancing grass dancing, this is melody, for the known, for the dim, for the sweet and melody. Melodious, for the delighted moment of the tongue. Distinctively for the familiar while you whistle. Pass it by, yes, the wind for the cool breeze in the Durban. A hot day for the underneath of the golden sun rays, and this is a beautiful place where the peace resides. And disturbed by the silence, and this is the sound. The silence is stillness and the finest, and this is all the same. A silent instrument for the you can strum over your fingers and go numb enough to make a single sound for the pure silence I am bound. When who like to play the beautiful time to compliment the glow of the moon, for the finding the right melody, for the keeping your harmony soon. Create no song because silence will go wrong. I suppose that if an effort does fail, for the never did weep and well, to listen, know that it will make it much more the music, for the melody that makes you feel sick and disamused, for the like and the infinite of you, for the life holds in so many tunes that you can be cold. We're into the day for this to be the me, for the river thin and fire and freedom, for this to rather be there, for the who drowns an instrument, for the who will found it. Who will find it? Who will be reminded, for tell them this, and you told the night, for this, and you told me, for the making my heart melt. The feelings I felt. This is the world that's ready to find it feels right. I need that moment again. For the feeling, for the you felt me, for the this now you make me feel. For the describing of the grave, for the small details and what you made. You told me for the hold it back, for the stuttering over the words that I meant for it to be uttered, for the sweetly and deeply into my ear, for the mother that put it before here. Found another way to dance. After all the pictures and the you get old despite